My name is Peter Ochu. I'm from Kaduna State, Nigeria. I'm a proud student of the Open International College of Naturopathic Medicine. And I want to say I'm very happy to belong to this institution. Yeah, I've been practicing herbal medicine for quite some years, 8 to 9 years. That's a private practice, and it's something that came out of a passion. But I wanted to push my passion further. I knew that I needed a school that is going to be a school that is recognized, that will be able to give me the education that I need. Right within me, I know that something is missing. I understand that I needed a formal education, about what I do, what I practice. And I've been trying to look around to see a school that fits into that vision that I have, And for me, I've really checked a lot of places. I've gone online, I've also come across some other institutions online, that offered something like that, But when I got involved, in fact, there was a particular one that I had to get someone from the US to help me register, because I cannot register because of limitations on a Naira card and all that. They got me registered with the school. I was supposed to do a diploma program, you understand, in a related discipline in herbal medicine. And when I started, it was discouraging, because what I saw was just a recorded tape they were giving, and it's so expensive. You have to go through the recorded tapes. After going the recorded tapes, but I must tell you that from what I know today, I know that there was no information coming. Most of the things were almost like things I already know. But the site did not end there. I continued, and one day I came across OICNM. It's actually online, because I'll go to type in, School of Natural Medicine, School of Herbal Medicine, and all that. I keep doing those search. And before I got to OICNM, I've seen some other institutions in Nigeria. I've checked their fees and all that. For some of them, their fees were actually lower than what it's on in OICNM. But when I got OICNM website and went through all the things on the website, I was convinced. For me, it was like I have come to the end of my journey, in searching for a school, and I enrolled. I made effort to enroll, even though when I heard the school fees, it was, wow, am I going to do this? I have a lot of responsibilities. I have someone in the university. I have my other children. I have my family to take care of. My mom is there, and then it was like, will you be able to do this? But contacting the admin, I discovered that it's a lot easier than I thought, because arrangements are made for instrumental payments. It could be twice or thrice, or it all depends on the arrangement. And the good thing is that their ears are open, and they listen to us and listen to your reasons. And it wasn't difficult for me to be able to, go through that level and have the ability to actually enroll. I enrolled, and I tell you that upon enrollment, because of what I had gone through before, the other schools I've come across, the courses I've enrolled in before, I abandoned those courses, because of course I saw that I was not getting anything. It was more of just a waste of time, And then starting my journey with OICNM, I saw that everything was being transformed. Those on my platform, I have a large followership on my platforms. I discovered that I was no longer talking like I used to talk. I was getting slower, because I now discovered that it's the empty vessels that make the loudest noise. But now that a lot of information and transformation is happening inside me from what I'm learning from OICNM, I discovered that I was no longer giving the talks I used to give like I used to give them before and all that, because I'm learning a lot of things. A lot of things are changing, and you could see, that this thing is going, very scientific. It's not like the traditional practice that I was involved in before now. And now I can see my patient and relate more with them. I could see them with, look at them with more empathy and all that, and know that these ones desire a lot of care. Money was no longer the issue for me, because I'm seeing that what was important is the patient. And as time goes on, one of the challenges I had in the school actually was that I came from an art background. I did language, and then it was just English. So coming from an arts background, and then, getting into a science-based thing, because in the school I discovered that I had to do basic science. I had to do physiology and anatomy and all that. Hey, God, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Biology, chemistry was there and all that. So for me, it was a big challenge. It was like, am I really going to cope? But then the school was something else. For me, I was shocked at the character of the teachers, and most of them are highly qualified teachers. Most of them have had experiences abroad. Most of them have traveled to China, have done Chinese medicine, have done a lot of medicine. Most of them have been involved in a lot of research methods in this country and outside the country. And so these are people that have a lot of experience. you know, and coming to my students, the same thing, a lot of experience everywhere. You had people who are already in the university, people who had graduated, who are already practicing other medical, you know, in other medical fields, and are here to pick a particular course or the other, because in OICNM, there are a lot of courses, a lot of options, you know, purely about fertility, on herbal medicine, you have on acupuncture, you have on Islamic traditional medicine, you have on Chinese traditional medicine, naturopathy is there, and then you just have your choice. Yeah, after few you know, searches here and there, I ended up in the department of naturopathy. And for naturopathic medicine, I'm actually enjoying so much. It wasn't easy, like I said, navigating through arts to science, because the sciences and all that is something for me I've been running away from. I don't like trouble. So I was like very cool with my languages from secondary school and all that. You know, by coming here, I discovered that there's no escape. If I must practice alternative medicine, definitely there's no escape. I have to go through science, and that is what the school believes. So, but the good thing is that the teachers were understanding. If they come to class, our first few weeks was like asking people to introduce themselves, and they want to know those who have a science background and those who don't. For those who don't have a science background, it was, I mean, the reception was cordial. It's like, you're welcome to the world of science, but you also, you know, promise that you're going to enjoy the ride. And I tell you, seriously, I'm enjoying the ride, because they are so understanding. They will, of course, want to know what your problem is. Even after the normal lessons that is online, they will still want to follow up and ask you to. You can chat them up on WhatsApp, on Telegram. You know, you can, they are a call away. You can talk to them anyhow, anytime. And they have a listening ear. You know, the school is more like, it's more like a nursing home. I don't know how to put it, because they're actually nursing the students. You know, that's what makes me happy about the school. And so before you know it, the science thing was opening up. You know, today I can talk about the liver, I can talk about the kidney, I can talk about the circulatory system, I can talk about a lot of things that before now, all I'll tell you is that, okay, this leaf does this leaf does that. I was not taking people's constitution into consideration. I never knew that one herb that is good for Mr. A is not good for Mr. B. And I have a lot of friends out there who are also in those kind of general practice. I wish they will all hit the call to join an institution like OICNM. They will really learn much. Their clients or patients will be happier with them, because they will discover that they are able to actually deal with the entire person. Today in OICNM, I now know that if I'm dealing with a patient or somebody who is not feeling fine, who is sick, I know that I'm not just dealing about the symptoms alone. I know that I'm looking at, you know, his past, I'm looking at his history, I'm looking at his makeup, you know, his genetic makeup, and so many things. I know that I have to give him personalized care, knowing that Mr. A is different from Mr. B in so many aspects. For me, that was a big one. And I tell you that today I'm doing a lot better than I would have done. I'm no longer, it's not like going online, for instance, like most of my colleagues would do, to go online and just say, hey, do you know this vegetable? Do you know this leaf? If you have cancer, just take it. And then after 7 days, I know that it's a lot more than that. I think with what OICNM is doing, that it will be very easy, you know, to curb the menace of quackery in this profession. For some of us that have been practicing somehow, you know, which was just a passion, you know, we now know that it's not just about inheriting it. This is something you have to read. In the school, we are taught a lot of research methodology, like in naturopathy, you're taught to know that you need to do research. You need to have a proof for what you're doing. You need to have a reason why you prescribe whatever you prescribe and all that. And then you need to also understand that the individual person matters, like I said in the beginning. And then we are also taught a lot of things. We are taught a lot of other things. The herbs also coming. I was thinking that when I come to OICNM, I was going to have something like, maybe a teacher just come to the class and say, hey, hello everybody, good afternoon. This is pawpaw leaf. Pawpaw leaf, use it to treat your patient. That's what I was expecting. I have to be frank. I was expecting that. But when I came, I saw that nobody was even talking about what any herbs does or whatever. They believe that we have some preliminaries we have to go through. We need some basic knowledge. That was going to come later. And we saw the reason why. And all of us are happy that our knowledge are being updated every day, and we're learning so much. Talking about the fees is also something. You know, in the school, the fees appears to be high. In my search for a school that I was enrolling, I had also seen other schools, even in Nigeria, and I saw that, well, those schools are not as recognized as OICNM. The body recognized OICNM. I saw that OICNM has gone so far. There are lots of steps ahead of other schools of natural medicine, especially in Nigeria that I know, and I see that they have a lot of, you understand, respect even outside the borders of this country. Because in my class, we have students who are also from the US. We have students who are already nurses who have qualified in other aspects of medicine, but just saw that they need to also complement with some courses from OICNM. So for me, I'm happy. I have come home. I'm relaxing, I'm resting because I've found what I'm looking for. And I know that in the next few months or so, I've just gone through one semester and I have 3 other semesters to go. I was imagining what I would become after the next 4 semesters, because for this semester alone, I have seen what has happened in me. I have seen the transformation. I've seen the fact that I can now stand tall, even at this level, and when I talk, even people from other aspects of medicine, even from Western medicine, will take me serious because they know that I'm bringing out facts. I have scientific backing for all the things I'm saying, all the things I want to, say now. So I'm happy with that. So for the school fees, other schools were lower. Yes, I saw that other schools were actually lower. But when I looked at the curriculum and look at the curriculum of ICNM, ICNM is a complete package, almost about everything, a complete package. Their general knowledge is something. Is it to talk about their practicals and all that? It's just sweet. It's an online thing, but I tell you that the teachers are very, very accommodating. They will give you the lesson notes. They will give you the video audio of every lesson as soon as the lesson is done online. And apart from that, they also tell you that, they give us assignments, they give us classworks and the rest. So you are busy. I think the only challenge we have is having time to read. Most of us are already working, but we are coping. We are already working. We have a lot of engagements and all that, but then the more you read, the more you listen to your notes. I play some of those records as I drive, so it's easier for me to, to keep in touch every day. And I tell you, I'm changing. Yes, for the fees is okay. They are already, they will just, you agree. It's just about agreeing. Most of us thought it was going to be very difficult to pay, but today we are paying and we are smiling. Nobody is, bullying you about payments. It's a gentleman understanding. If you cannot pay at the same time, most people will come and pay cash. Some will have to arrange for instrumental payments, and the school accepts it. As long as you're faithful to it, everybody is on. I've not seen any of my students that missed a test or exams because they did not pay, because the school, reminds you ahead of time that it's time to pay up your installments, and then you pay up. So that is it. I'm happy to be identified with the Open International College of Naturopathic Medicine. I wish that my colleagues would join the school. I wish everyone that is listening to me will take advantage of the school. This will change it will change the story of alternative medicine in Nigeria. It will change the entire story. It's a pivotal, it's a leading school. You understand, when it comes to naturopathy. The lecturers are qualified lecturers. Most of them have experiences abroad. They have done a lot of research work in medicine in this country and outside this country. Most of them have their doctorate degrees. Most of them have their masters and all that. The teaching team is a great team. I tell you, they respect everyone. In fact, you don't even know, the only difference is that that there's somebody speaking while others are listening. So that is where we do a lot of classwork, we interact and all that. Everybody is happy. In fact, sometimes it's like you're in a physical class, even though you're not seeing yourselves. And a lot of practicals are arranged, and most of us are already getting ready to go to the practical centers to do our practicals when the time comes. We have to do a lot of clinical experiences and all that. So it's a great school. I'm happy to be identified with this school. I know that at the end of the remaining semesters, I would have been a transformation. Not just a transformed person, but I would have been a transformation. Thank you, ICNM. Encourage everyone to queuing.